I asked the question, is President Donald J. Trump now a member of the Hall of Fame committee? Well, maybe, depends on your point of view. He came out a few weeks ago and he said that he was pardoning Pete Rose for all of his crimes because he, quote unquote, only bet for his team to win. And now Rob Manfred is taking it to heart and is going to decide if he's going to reinstate Pete Rose. Really, do we need to mix politics with baseball? It's the only thing they should mix is when the president throws out the opening pitch in D.C. and in the first day of the season. I don't want to see President Trump thinking about Pete Rose. Last thing that dude, worry about tariffs, not Rose.
I love it. I don't mind it because we had no problem with Obama talking about basketball all the time. And I like it because what it shows is that he's a fan. I want my president to be a fan of our national sport. I want him to be a fan of all the sports. I love when he goes to a baseball game. I love seeing him go to a UFC fight or NFL or go to college football games and basketball tournament. I love it. I want my president out these things to show that they're one of us. They're supposed to be one of us. So I like it when he's talking baseball. That's cool because it takes his mind off it. It takes everybody's mind off it. I don't care who the president is. Talk baseball as long as you know what you're talking about. My problem. And we notice, stop it with Pete Rose. Stop it with Pete Rose. I don't understand why we keep going back to this. Just let it be. The dude made his decisions. The dude had to live life with it and kept lying to us 24/7. The Hall of Fame has one rule, and he broke the one rule consistently. He didn't just break it once. He kept lying about it and kept lying about it and kept lying about it. They made when they had all the information early on, all the information that they had, they made the decision. Then they got more information, and they found out he was lying about more stuff. And then again they revisited it and found out that he was lying about more stuff. And then he passes away, and then all of a sudden something changes. Like, stop. Sorry, on the field, you were one of the greatest players of all time. Off the field, you were one of the
Look, the bottom line with this whole situation is, you said it, there's one freaking rule. And now that you have gambling, sports gambling allowed in the United States, or in most places in the United States. Is it the whole country or parts of the country? I'm not so sure.
With what?
I know it's legal. Gambling, sports gambling. Is it legal throughout the country?
No, there's places that it's still not.
Okay. Well, most of the country now allows legal gambling. Okay. Who's to say that if you pardon Pete Rose right now and you say, oh, Pete Rose only bet on his team, so it's okay, we're going to let him in the Hall of Fame. Who's to say that next week Aaron Judge doesn't place a bet on the Yankees to win and say, well, if Pete Rose can do it, even though it's against the rules, and you let him in the Hall of Fame, why can't I? And then what are you going to tell him?
38 states allow online sports betting.
All right, so in those 38 states, regardless.
Oh, no, 38 states allow sports betting. 30 allow online. And so, yes, obviously more than half. It opens a door. It opens a door that goes all the way that never ends. And it is one of the single greatest issues sports will always have, which is the gambling side of it. And then a player getting involved with it, other influences getting involved with it. You cannot touch this subject, and the problem is the one of the greatest players of all time was the one doing it. And we can say that he only bet on his team to win all he want. There's been no evidence to back that up. There's been nothing that actually supports it. Like, you're just taking his word for that, because he also said he never bet on his team. Then he never bet on his team to lose, and there was constant lying. So the one big lie that would make sense for him to keep forever, all the way to his grave, is to say, I never bet on my team to lose, because that's the one sin. That's the sin. That's the one that kills him. Nobody can argue anymore for him. So of course he's going to lie about it. I want to believe that he only bet on his team to win, but I'm sorry, but I'm a manager and I have a gambling addiction, and I know what this team looks like that day. I know they're going to lose. It's baseball, 162. You're going to take an L and walk away and to fight another day. I can manipulate that team so easy.
Yeah,
And
and I got
that's the thing about it. It's like,
and if I lose, I got to deal with guys named Vinny and Salvatore coming to my house and trying to see where my kids are at. So if I have the difference between sitting John Franco in the ninth or not, and it's going to be my legs or John Franco pitching, guess what? John Franco's sitting on the bench.
and that's what happens. Or when I know John Franco's throwing 4 days in a row, I'm going to pitch him that fifth because that's going to up my odds that we're going to lose. And I'm sorry, but when you're an addict, Pete Rose was the most competitive baseball player I've ever seen in my life, ever heard about in my life. Amazing, and that's so good on the field. When you're an addict and you're addicted to gambling, you got to remember, even if he's a manager, a loss is a win. A loss can be a win at the end of the day. So you can if you shift your point of view and say, yeah, we'll lose on the field, but I'm winning off the field. And that win to you is because it's the addiction of a win becomes more important than the field. And you can see in his life that was more important.
Especially with someone that we've noticed has extremely selfish tendencies.
Yep.
He cares more about himself winning than other people.
Just leave the Pete Rose thing alone. No one was asking for it. No one was talking about it. Trump obviously talked about it. If you would have never said anything, we would have never talked about it again.
Yep. If only.